Jarrell Miller, he seems to be coming after you every chance he gets. What have you made of him?
The drug cheat.
Is that a fight you'd entertain?
No, definitely.
At no point, no.
Nah. Him and Dylan will make a good fight.
So Joe Rogan on an episode talks about how Jake Paul is preparing to take steroids if he ever were to fight Anthony Joshua. Here's a clip.
Jake wants to fight Anthony Joshua now? He wants to fight Anthony Joshua in 2026.
And the haters online are like, yeah, do it.
Well, they're like, what about now?
Yeah.
They're like, what about fight him
now?
now? He's like, no, I want to wait till 2026. I'm like, okay.
To put on weight?
Put all the steroids, every steroid they have.
I would watch. Here's the thing. I would watch
venom.
it.
Oh, by the way.
The Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua matchup was already one of the most unexpected fights anyone could imagine. A YouTuber turned boxer facing one of this era's top heavyweights didn't seem realistic to anyone. It didn't even sound logical. But after Jake defeated Mike Tyson, he started to believe he could take on anyone. Joshua, meanwhile, didn't mock Jake's boxing IQ or his YouTube background. Instead, he targeted something much more serious. He stared directly at Jake and said, "You're not doing this clean. You know exactly what you're doing." That moment stunned the internet because Anthony Joshua, who almost never engages in drama, had finally addressed the long-standing steroid accusations surrounding Jake Paul, and the timing was no coincidence. It happened right when reports surfaced claiming Jake had tested positive for performance-enhancing substances.
Because I think that's nonsense, but something's going on and I can't quite figure it out. But Jake has a secret weapon. Apparently he has a couple of them, and I'm about to expose them right here for you guys.
What gave AJ's words even more impact wasn't just the accusation. It was the reality that people in the fight community had been suggesting this for years. And now, with Joshua bringing it up during the biggest moment of Jake's career, the entire narrative around their fight instantly blew up.
Show everyone time and time again how many times we get drug tested, 5 times in a month, stuff like that is crazy. And you know, he was the one who was being banned 2 years for taking illegal substances. So I just tell him, for your own good as well, when you talk, just think because you're this back.
Let's trace how we got here. The warnings didn't start with Joshua. They've been coming from others long before he said a word. Dana White has been one of the loudest and most persistent voices against Jake Paul. This isn't some friendly back and forth. It's a long-standing feud. For years, Dana has accused Jake of dodging strict drug testing. Each time Jake announced a new opponent, Dana repeated the same line. Why isn't he agreeing to full USADA testing? It turned into a constant storyline surrounding every one of Jake's fights.
Jake said that I snort cocaine, that I'm a cokehead. My rebuttal to that was, I'll tell you what, you can test me randomly for the next 5 years for cocaine if I can test you randomly for performance-enhancing drugs the next 2 years. And I never got a response on that.
Some people say this moment has been building for years, especially if you look at the voices who warned the public long before Joshua ever spoke up. Dana White has been one of Jake Paul's loudest critics from the start. Their tension isn't some casual back and forth. It's been a long-running feud. For years, Dana questioned Jake's refusal to join certain voluntary drug testing programs, bringing it up almost every time Jake announced a new opponent. At one point, it practically became Dana's signature talking point. Why won't he sign up for full testing?
Are they on steroids or not on steroids? Joe Rogan.
Steroids. Joe Rogan puts anything in his body.
Andrew Tate.
No, I don't think he's on steroids.
Yeah, because he was a professional fighter. There's no way he could get around that.
And he also has a character that, once you find one flaw in it, brings everything down. So he would be running a huge risk.
Tom Brady.
No, I think he does a bunch of weird holistic stuff. Tom Brady injects avocados into his veins.
Jake Paul.
Yes, I think Jake Paul is on steroids. He has a very good team around him, and I think he's cycling on and off.
His brother, Logan Paul.
I don't think he's on steroids. I think that's a natural body. If you go back and you look at Logan Paul throughout the Vine days, the YouTube days, he's always had a very genetically gifted build.
And the Liver King.
Yes. Yes. Look at the guy. He's got balloons on his tits.
Dana demanded transparency, while Jake responded with memes and attempts to divert attention. Now, with the rumor of a positive test circulating, Dana hardly had to comment. The internet spoke for him. In the end, Dana's warnings were proven correct.
Jake said that I snort cocaine, that I'm a cokehead. My rebuttal to that was, I'll tell you what, you can test me randomly for the next 5 years for cocaine if I can test you randomly for performance-enhancing drugs the next 2 years. And I never got a response on that.
Then there's John Fury, who has been raising concerns longer than almost anyone else. Even before Tommy Fury faced Jake, John kept insisting that something didn't add up. In every interview and press conference, he repeated the same warning: Jake Paul avoids proper drug testing.
The contract with Jake Paul, which had everything in it but the kitchen sink, but he refused point blank to sign up to the drug testing people's either. Now, to me, that's very naughty, because we're meant to be in a high-profile fight. What's going out being all over the world.
He pointed out that Jake's team was dodging details, delaying agreements, and constantly changing terms. For years, many dismissed John Fury as just being critical because he didn't like Jake, but now, he appears to be the one who noticed the warning signs before anyone else.
That's why I'm making this video. But can I say the same about Jake Paul? I don't know. People have got to make their own mind up. But in the press conference the other day, he won't remove his glasses. Now, eyes are telltale to everything. You know, he's grown a big beard, which people who understand what I'm talking about know where I'm coming from. I don't know. Leave it to them to make their own mind up. But what we're doing here is trying to enlighten people in the world today that it is illegal to use your steroids, and that's what he's doing to gain an edge. Well, I feel sorry for him.
But the clearest warning didn't come from boxing at all. It came from the fitness world through Bradley Martin. This one stood out because Bradley isn't a hater, he isn't a boxing analyst, and he isn't a rival. He's simply someone who understands the human physique better than most.
I think he's taking steroids. Yeah. I do 100%. I'm willing to bet that. All the money that I have, I bet.
I've always had my suspicions, and
and dude, I'm not even sitting here being like, fuck him for that at all. This doesn't make that clear.
Okay. I mean, but in combat sports,
what do you think? Do you think he is or he isn't?
I think he has for sure, but I don't know if he is currently.
Why would he not? Why would he not? If you know?
Well, that's what I'm saying.
He's looking in the mirror. He's in his bathroom. And he's like, Dylan, I'm gonna kill this kid. He's like injecting his because he's like, I gotta protect Nina.
Yeah, facts,
you know?
facts. And he did. Fair play to him. He did listen.
And he's like,
for all the criticisms,
he's looking a little more angular in the face.
The thing I've always thought is like, how do you get bigger and then lean out as you get bigger? I don't know that I'm not.
How do you get bigger and then lean out as you get bigger?
Like, it's usually a process of getting bigger, leaning. He's leaning
now you're
out
onto
as
it. Now you're. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
When Bradley claimed that Jake Paul couldn't be natural, people paid attention. His brand is built on identifying the difference between performance-enhancing drug users and natural athletes. He noted that Jake's muscle development appeared unusually advanced for someone without decades of consistent training.
But you didn't answer my question. It was about the steroids.
Right. In his eyes, he looked like he was telling the truth. It was genuine, not like Jake. When Jake's asked about roids, Woodley, I don't know. Have you seen it? And plus, Jake's head grew as much as mine did after roids. The pimples and like you. Jake,
I don't care. Regardless, I'm
Jake
curious.
aged like 10 years in a year. But get off the Anadrol, bro. Anadrol's destroying.
So you think Logan didn't take gear?
But here's the thing.
I think he did.
I think he did because I saw Derek more plates.
I think he did 100%. Just, I mean, bro, I've been around this for.
Well, if one brother's doing
years.
it, the other. Like Jake is so. The aggression came out of nowhere. The head size, the beard. He got older than his dad. He looks good though. He's a good-looking guy now. And when Jake is asked and pressed by Woodley, go look at his reaction. Fear and terror. Every time Jake has to talk about PEDs, fear and terror. Logan, almost like no fear. Maybe because he's a dumb blonde. Like, oh, what are you guys?
According to Bradley, these aren't the indicators of someone who developed their physique naturally. They are signs of someone using performance-enhancing cycles strategically. And when a highly respected figure in the fitness world points out that your body isn't natural, it carries a lot of weight.
Or to ask Logan, what the fuck is your brother doing in the underworld, in a basement? You know what I'm saying now. You know what I'm saying. His younger brother, Jake Paul, enters, and I've done that before, but not a breathing exercise with a psychic team that costs $1 million. He goes into a basement to enter a non-ordinary psychic Freemasonic-like psychic state.
You're talking about the breathing.
You see?
Even with all those warnings, the internet wasn't shaken like it was after the ESPN First Take segment. Stephen A. Smith brought in a sports science expert who explained how elite fighters with resources can manipulate drug testing systems. While Jake wasn't mentioned by name, the implication was clear enough to notice.
Mr. Bletcher, do you think the reason why PEDs are so prominent is because they're still not testing for growth hormone quite yet?
Well, that's one, but there are many out there. I think the testing policies that are in place are really not designed to catch.
Even fighters who previously defended Jake began to act differently. Oscar De La Hoya, who normally appreciates Jake for bringing attention to boxing, suddenly claimed that the media hadn't reported on Jake's steroid rumors earlier because his team was allegedly influencing them. That's a strong allegation coming from a promoter who has witnessed every form of corruption in combat sports.
Back too, because the boxing media isn't reporting on anything these days. I wonder why. Has anybody else noticed this? Well, I actually did some digging and confirmed many members of the boxing media have been paid off by certain people and essentially muzzled. I mean, these are the facts.
The biggest change came when fans began reviewing Jake's past fights more closely. They observed how Tyron Woodley landed clean shots in their first fight, yet Jake didn't react like a typical fighter. They also noticed it seemed unusual that Jake hardly slowed down in matches where he should have been visibly fatigued.
Over it. Those little bumps you had on your face kind of alarmed me. You wouldn't be having to take PEDs, right?
Listen, if you want to build in excuses right now,
No, I'm just asking.
go ahead.
I was just wondering. I looked at
ahead.
your face, it looked kind of serious. You had some rage and you acting all unorthodox. You know, those are signs of the PEDs.
I'm enraged. I'm not enraged at all.
Are you taking PEDs?
No, sir.
Not at all. Okay.
No, sir.
That's what I've done. PEDs? I don't care. You better.
Fans also recalled how dramatic Jake's transformation was from 2018 to the present, going from an ordinary YouTuber to a shredded, heavy-hitting, pro-level athlete. On their own, these changes seemed unusual. With context, however, they started to look like clear warning signs.
This is why Jake Paul is on PEDs. Within this past year, Jake Paul has literally hit a second puberty and aged like 10 years. Furthermore, he has acne and his hairline is receding like crazy. And people like Jake Paul are going to the best skin doctors in the world and probably are taking hair loss products that aren't even approved for the rest of us. Now, I'm not saying that Jake Paul necessarily took a steroid to make him look bigger, but he's definitely taking something that allows him to recover faster. That way he's able to train more and get better at boxing quickly.
And that brings us to Anthony Joshua, a fighter who has faced some of the hardest hitters in the world. AJ isn't easily impressed. From his comments at the press conference, it was clear he didn't buy into Jake's rapid rise at all. Joshua hinted that he has seen fighters attempt to gain unfair advantages before and knows exactly what signs to look for in performance-enhancing drug users. He mentioned that he trains with athletes who are constantly tested, whereas Jake has never been under that same level of scrutiny. Joshua made it clear he won't allow someone to enter heavyweight boxing, bypass the rules, and act as if the hard work doesn't matter. In his eyes, Jake is trying to shortcut his way into a legacy.
And maybe if you could let me in on some of that, whatever, I don't know, the special stuff that you might be taking. I don't know. No, I'm just messing with you.
This nigga looks like a hot pocket, bro. Everyone says he be doing type of PEDs, and I be in a crib.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
Like, there's
hell
no
nah.
way. Whatever stuff I'm taking ain't working, bro.
He has a terrible build, bro. If he was taking shit.
But the most concerning part is that Jake Paul doesn't appear fazed. Despite steroid rumors spreading, legends calling him out, and AJ confronting him directly, Jake carries himself if he's untouchable. That makes him even more dangerous because it suggests he's either delusional enough to believe he can outbox Joshua or supremely confident in whatever edge he thinks he has.
I want to fight Anthony Joshua because I know that I will fucking beat Anthony Joshua's ass. He doesn't have a chin and he has no skill and he's stiff. And I love you, Anthony. We're friends, all this shit, but I want to fight you. I will beat Canelo. I will beat a lot of fucking people. I will not beat David Benavidez.
It's not even
close.
And AJ made it clear, if Jake is cheating, he chose the worst possible opponent to do it against. Joshua trains like a machine, has faced massive power hitters, and endured fights against men far stronger than Jake, AJ isn't approaching this fight to play around. He sees Jake as a threat to the integrity of the sport, giving him even more reason to deliver a decisive knockout.
I knock AJ out. I deliver what I was supposed to deliver years ago. I deliver what they ran from. I deliver what he asked for $50 million for. I'm gonna give him a $50 million knockout.
I honestly listen to what people say sometimes. They're avoided, this person's running. I honestly think some people are deluded. Really, I do think that they've got some sort of a long-term concussion because no one's running. In terms of 50 million, I'm a businessman. If there was 50 million on the table, you think I'm not gonna take it for a fight?
The energy at the press conference revealed everything. Jake is focused on selling the fight, using showmanship, smiling, taunting, and even bringing Logan on stage. AJ, on the other hand, treats it as a responsibility. One is entertaining the internet. The other is defending the heavyweight division from being reduced to a spectacle.
I'm knocking this guy out, becoming the CEO of Matchroom Boxing and changing the plans, and it's going to be me versus Tyson Fury next year.
Yeah, if I'm going to be honest, I'm going to break his face, I'm going to break his body up, I'm going to stomp all over him. That's my mentality, right? That's a fighter's mentality, and I know what's in my heart, I know what's in my mind, and I'm here to compete. I'm here to prove myself that I'm the better fighter, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'll do that until I finish fighting.
As the fight nears, the narrative is no longer just Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. It's Jake Paul facing the truth catching up to him. The steroid allegations have become the focal point, and now Jake must step into the ring with someone whose goal isn't just to defeat him, but to expose him.
I'll give you guys the answer early. Is Jake Paul natural? No. I can say that with pretty certain confidence in that statement, mainly because, as you heard me mention, I know a lot of the people he trains with and I have heard things. Now let's give Jake the benefit of the doubt, right? He's able to restrain from the peer pressure that everyone's putting on him to hop on these certain compounds. Then that would be cool to train natural, do what he needs to do. But the thing is, his body composition has changed so much, his explosiveness, his power, and yes, that comes with training and time. I find it very, very suspicious that for some reason, whenever a drug test gets brought up, for instance, when Fury wanted that in the contract, Jake Paul turns them down. So you should think to yourself, it's probably because he's not natural.
And if Jake believed that beating Mike Tyson meant he could go toe-to-toe with AJ, he's about to realize the difference between a 58-year-old legend and a prime. Natural heavyweight.
But if I can beat Jake Paul, then excuse my French, what the fuck is Anthony Joshua going to do to Jake Paul? I think my dad said that AJ could beat him with his prick, and I completely will back that up. Even if AJ had a broken arm in there, it still wouldn't go past a minute. To be quite honest with you, and as a safety aspect, there's no way that fight can go ahead. At the end of the day, my God, how good does it make me look? He gets beat by Jake Paul. Well, that automatically makes me two-time heavyweight champion of the world, doesn't it? There's no proper way. I've got to laugh about it. How are we even talking about this? He got his nut boxed off by me a little over 2 years ago, and now all of a sudden he's talking about fighting Anthony Joshua. It's like, come on. Like, you can't be serious. You can't beat me. I'm not Anthony Joshua, am I? So it's just ludicrous. It really is.
The fan base is split over this. Some say the steroid talk is just noise, while others believe this could be the moment Jake Paul finally gets exposed. If these performance-enhancing drug rumors are true, his entire reputation could collapse overnight.
I think Jake Paul decides to actually fight at the weight he normally is at, rather than just bloating himself and, eating whatever, and I don't know, maybe even doing a little whoop whoop.
That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our upcoming content. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned and we'll see you in the next video.